What's good, YouTube? It's your boy DK here, back at it again with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to read coverages in Madden 23. If you enjoy Madden content, tips and tricks, Ultimate Team 1v1s, I'm the man for the job. Just hit that subscribe button, hit that like button because it really helps the channel out. We're on the road to 500 subs. I don't know what the special challenge should be for 500 subs, but let me know in the comments down below, and I'll for sure try to get that done for you guys. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright y'all, so before we get into the video, make sure you guys watch the video all the way through, because the next time you play your friend after watching this video and you're slicing up their defense like Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, they're gonna be like, bro, how'd you get so good? And you can hit them with that, don't worry about it, sweetheart.
They be like, hey Brandon, what you got on? Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. That's split. That's split.
But nah, if y'all a true OG, a real one, y'all can put them onto this video. That'll help out the channel too. For those of you guys that don't know how to read coverages, I'm gonna give you like a brief tutorial real quick. So cover one pretty much just means one person is back playing deep. Cover two people are playing back deep. Three people are playing back deep, and cover four is 4 people playing back deep. So the positions that tell you what coverage the defense is in is the safety and the corners, and the corners really tell you what the defense is in. Like, that is like the key teller. That's the first read you should make. And the reason why is because the corners will line up at different depths for each defensive coverage. So for cover 3, the defenders will play back, so the corners will play back farther. So at 7 to 8 yards, they got to get back to that deep zone. So I'm gonna show you guys real quick. You see how there's 3 deep zones, hence the name cover 3, right? So the corner's not gonna press the wide receiver, because if someone attacks that deep zone, they won't get back there in time. Just think about it like the corner is not that fast, so he's gonna play farther back, so he doesn't have to go as far. So to attack cover 3, if you're looking at this, right, there's kind of like this open space behind the hook curl region. That's called like the seams. So if you run like a vertical in like that seam, like that little area that's kind of like there's no zone covering it, that's a good way to attack cover 3. I'm gonna run verticals. Quez Watkins he's wide open in what they call the seams in football. So when you hike the ball, if you throw it right there, it's a perfect dot. I would probably throw it earlier. The B receiver is gonna run right into the deep zone that cornerback's on him, so he's gonna be right there, right? So what I would do right here, and this probably happens to you online, is put Y on a streak. And what happens is he'll high pass this right over your linebacker, and you'd be looking silly, right? So watch. Look, he's gonna cover him, and then you can literally just straight high pass that, and you've probably seen people hit you with that all the time. Like that's such a classic move. I'm gonna put on the screen some other spots you can hit. Alright, so next up we got cover 1, and cover 1 is pretty easy to tell. So in your head right now, what you should be thinking, this is either cover 1 or cover 3, because cover 2 and cover 4 you need 2 high safeties, but there's only 1 high safety. So now that you eliminated that it's either cover 1 or cover 3, what you need to do is find out if they're in man, because cover 1 is always man. So the easiest way, the surefire way to tell if it's man is if you go over to your receiver and motion him over, and as you can see, since it's man, this dude is manned up on Devonta Smith, so he's gonna follow him across the line of scrimmage. If it was zone, he would stay there and someone would move down. And usually the corners on both sides of the ball will play at different depths, so that's kind of another surefire way to tell. But the easiest way to beat cover 1 is to beat it with like crossing routes, slants, just man beating routes, so anything across the field, and it's just pretty much a foot race there. So right now what I'm looking at is probably the B receiver is going to get open, because with all the confusion, the defenders will start bumping each other and they'll get behind. So let's see what happens. So I'm looking at the B receiver, see how he gets caught lacking behind, and I pass lead it and he's out of there. If that was like a faster guy, he definitely would have took that up for a tutty. If I put Devonta Smith on a drag, see what happens. See, look how far the defender is back. You can't even see him. Like, he's not even in the frame. Like, you literally had to be watching him. So that's why against cover 1, just do man beaters. Like I said, slant, drags. One thing I did forget to mention about cover 1 is that verticals do work on it, but it just depends on what overall your receiver is and what overall the cornerback is on him. So if the receiver is better than the cornerback, like if Tyreek Hill is on Eli Apple, then obviously you know Tyreek Hill's gonna burn him, put him in the dirt, like he's gonna leave him in the dust. So you can throw that lob pass to Tyreek Hill and he'll probably make a play most of the time. All right, so next up we got cover 2. Cover 2 has 2 variants, cover 2 zone and cover 2 man. Like I said, the way to check if it's man or zone is what you can do is go to your wide receiver and move him over. And this is a prime example of this is cover 2 zone. So I already know this is cover 2 zone just because no one followed him across the line of scrimmage. And in cover 2, the cornerbacks play at 5 yards depth. So take note there. Everybody knows bench counters cover 2 so heavily. So if we look at cover 2, like from this perspective, that corner route is like the weak zone in this defense. Anything in the middle is the weak zone too, because that mid read drops too far back. So some good routes, some good things I can put you guys on. When I see cover 2, I like to run like a Texas route with the running back. Anything underneath works really good, so I'm gonna put Miles Sanders on like a little swing. For cover 2 zone, I'm gonna attack that little corner right there. So I'm gonna use Quez Watkins to attack that corner by the pylon and see what happens. Watch what's gonna happen. You throw it like that, pass lead, tutty every time. Like bench is the exact counter to cover 2 zone. Another weak spot in cover 2 zone is the middle. Like pretty much for cover 2, it's just the middle and the outsides, like deep outsides, and then deep middle, and then shallow middle, if that makes sense. I'm gonna put it on the screen so you guys can see what I'm trying to say. All right, y'all, so next up we got cover 2 man. And with cover 2 man, what it looks like is there's just 2 high safeties playing in the backfield, and then everybody's manned up. The main thing that gives it away that it's cover 2 man is that everybody's pressed up. They're playing really close to their receiver in front of them when they come out after picking the play. Usually another tip I can give you guys is that they play kind of inside, so they have like this inside shade on the receiver because the corners don't want to get beat inside. But some routes I like to run against cover 2, like I said, is any man beating routes. This Texas route that Miles Sanders is gonna run, I really like it because the linebacker usually gets broken off and you can kind of place this ball in a really nice spot for a nice run after catch. So I'm gonna run it real quick. I'm gonna look at the RB and he's gonna cut back, and then you can kind of just pass lead this up, and then it's a nice little tutty right there. So that Texas route works really nice. I'm gonna show you guys cover 2 against like slants. So we're gonna run slants real quick, and as you can see, everybody's cooked. Like literally the whole squad is cooked. Like if you watch that back, you can tell that literally like the slant routes, if you got somebody that got short and elite, any nice abilities to get open, the wide receiver is gonna get open for the easy tutty. Since you guys are watching my video all the way through, I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret tip for only the people that are watching my video. So and online you probably see people make all these like crazy like coverage adjustments, and the reason why is really just so then you can't tell what coverage they're in. And what you can do if you're on defense is you can press your defense. So if you click right stick, then secondary, Y or triangle, and then you click press, so left stick down. I was in cover 4 before, but now this looks like a man blitz. Now what your opponent is, he's scared. He's like, oh my God, I gotta get the ball out quick. But this is, in actuality, this is just cover 4, but it looks like a man blitz. So that's one tip I can give you guys. And if people press you in online, they just do that. They press their defense just so then you can't tell how to read it. So that's one really crucial tip, a secret tip I'm giving y'all. Another formation that counters cover 2 man, just like I said with cover 1, is mesh. Because mesh, the defenders will run into each other. So it's really easy. Like all you got to do is just wait. As you can see, the A receiver is wide open, nowhere to be seen, and that's easy run after catch play. So like I said, any man play, anytime I say man, just run slants or drag routes across the field, and the DBs will get beat 9 times out of 10. So next up, we got cover 4, and what cover 4 looks like, it's 4 deep zones. Like I said, the way to check is that there's 2 deep safeties. The corners are playing 7 to 8 yards back, so I'm guessing cover 4. Sometimes they'll play even farther at 10 yards because remember, like I said, they're trying to play all the way back there because they got to run back to that back fourth of the field. Like they got like that little section of the field in the very back, so they want to be back there as quick as possible. So good ways to counter cover 4 is anything underneath. I honestly like to run stick. With cover 4, another thing I like to run is anything outside, like I said. So I don't have anything that attacks the outside. This A route by Dallas Goedert should be open just because the receiver is going to drag him out, and then as you can see right there in that little spot, it's going to be wide open. I'm going to put up on the screen where cover 4 is weak at. so you guys can experiment with plays that kind of hit those spots. Cover 6 is honestly really hard to tell. Just so you guys can get a visual, this is what cover 6 looks like. So one side is cover 4 and one side is cover 2. How you can tell is that the cover 2 side is the cornerback is at 5 yards, and the cover 4 side, which is the left side, he's playing at like 7 to 8 yards. So like the cornerbacks are at different depths. You can see where to attack. So on the right side, you want to kind of attack like the corner region, and on the left side, you want to attack kind of underneath or like in the seam. So like if you run like a streak, if you want to streak with number 16 right there, and you just throw out like a high bar inside ball to him, it should be a quick completion. So I'm gonna flip the play real quick, and I'm gonna show you guys how to attack cover 6. You guys see the zones. Honestly, what I would do is I'm gonna throw the ball to Quez right now and pass lead it right there, and that's how you like kind of like thread the needle right there. It's gonna be a tough little pass. Another thing that works is fades against cover 6. So I'm gonna run a fade, and then you can see that kind of like that open spot for Quez Watkins. So I'm gonna look at Quez Watkins real quick, and as you can see right there is the perfect spot. So the last defensive coverage you gotta worry about is man blitz, and the easiest way to tell man blitz is just look at the safeties, and if they're playing at 10 yards or lower, they're definitely blitzing you. Like 9 times out of 10, I would say 10 times out of 10 they're blitzing you if the safeties are playing that far up, because they gotta cover somebody. The best way to cover blitzes is really just to throw like a quick pass, kind of like man, so like a slant or anything like that. So that this is just what a blitz looks like. See, everybody's manned up. So what I would do, honestly, you can honestly pass protect to help you out, get you a little bit more time, and you can honestly run the slant. And as you can see, he ran it right under that safety, so the safety couldn't roll down fast enough. One thing I also like to do is put my running back on like a wheel route or something like that, so I know that for a fact the linebacker is lined up on him because he's right in front of him, and as you can see, the linebacker is lined up in front of him. So what I'll do is flip the play, so then the linebacker usually won't move, and what I'll do, I'll hot route the running back to do like a swing left or something like that. And what will happen is that the linebacker has to be really quick, and usually linebackers are slow in this game. So when he does a swing, throw it to him, and then you got the one-on-one. Honestly, Miles Sanders is not that fast. He's really not that fast. But if that was like Saquon or Christian McCaffrey in open space, that's gonna be like deadly to see. But I just want to thank you guys so much for watching the video all the way through. I hope this video really helped you guys. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'm out. Peace.